realm of plausibility.
Well, Ms. Blatt, I think you've got a strong argument on something like miscarriage of justice or something that's shockingly improper, something that would capture the examples that you started out with, where the sentence is based on race or religion or something like that. I think you've got a strong argument on that. When you go further, then I get nervous because public policy is very broad. Plea agreements have some attributes of a contract, but they're not like ordinary contracts. And imposing the entire law of contracts here seems to me rather open.
Okay, then can you please say the entire law of contracts does not apply to the government? Because that's all they do is cite contract law and enforce these plea agreements. So make sure you write your decision that they're not enforceable either under contract principles, that the government can't rely on it. It is a double standard, including in the Fifth Circuit.
Well, what do you, in concrete terms, what do you think the law of contracts would say about a variety of issues that might be waived? How about constitutional venue?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Sixth Amendment venue.
So all I'm talking
right to be tried in the state or district where the offense occurred.
I mean, waiver, mezzanata, you have a million cases on waiver. In terms of this case involves no waiver of a trial right. This is involving a waiver of the right to appeal sentencing errors. And the courts have generally said miscarriage of justice, but at least 8 of them have said contract principles.
What about the Sixth Amendment right to a speedy trial?
Well, you have cases on all of this about how the waiver has to be knowing and voluntary, and then you have to decide if it's a personal right versus a public right.
What about the suppression of evidence under the Fourth Amendment or the Sixth Amendment?
So you waive all that when you waive your right to trial. A defendant can almost never get out of a plea agreement. You've held back in, I think, 72 under Brady that plea agreements are binding and they waive the right. The only way to get out of a plea agreement, you have cases on that. Loeffler, you actually have Supreme Court cases that say you can almost never get out of a plea agreement.
Ms. Blatt.